Terra tosses and turns in her bed. Sweat beads on her brow. Another nightmare. The earth cracks open, swallowing her whole. She falls endlessly into a dark abyss. A chilling voice echoes, "You are mine." It's the monster of the ground, a creature born from her deepest fears. It's a gigantic, terrifying version of herself, twisted with a slayed zombie parasite, lurking and waiting inside the dark parts of her mind, controlling her thoughts, fears and life. Unsettling voices come out of its eyes, sounding like the teen titans in distress and horror, screaming for her to stop. The concept of this monster was haunting and downright disturbing. It whispers, "You will destroy everything you love, except the Judas contract it demands." Terra wakes up with a gasp, heart pounding like a drum solo. She can still feel the earth trying to pull her down, infect her with its dark promises. It's always there, lurking in the back of her mind, waiting to drag her back into the darkness. She tries to shake off the feeling, but it clings to her like a shadow. This monster, this fear, it's a part of her now. Morning comes and Terra tries to act normal. She joins the other titans for breakfast, forcing a smile. But the fear lingers in her eyes. She sees their faces, their smiles, and all she can think about is the monster's promise. You will destroy everything you love. The thought makes her heart ache. She pushes the fear down, burying it deep. She won't let the monster win. She won't let it hurt her friends. But even as she tells herself this, a seed of doubt remains. Can she really control the monster within? The nightmares intensify. The monster of the ground grows bigger, stronger, and its dark power starts trying to become human, its grip on Terra tightening. It shows her visions, twisted versions of her past, where she destroyed everything. She sees Slade, but he's not the same. His flesh is decayed, his eyes glow with an eerie light. He's a zombie in her mind, a puppet master pulling the strings of her fear. Terra goes to the bathroom and throws up, feeling disgust of the disturbing images on her fractured mind. This Slade, this abomination, this parasite then comes out of the toilet. It then traps Terra and wraps its skeletal hand around her, digging its claws into her arm, making her shriek in pain. She tries to pull away, but his grip is ironclad, and pain surges through her any time she tries to get away. "You belong to me," the zombie Slade hisses, his voice a raspy whisper. "You will obey. Your mind is mine. You're my giant weapon, and you will kill the titans and enjoy their suffering." He then slithers like a snake into her ear, like a mind parasite, planting seeds of doubt and despair and warping her mind. She screams as he crawls inside her head, rotting it with evil and nightmares, possessing her body. As Terra wakes up from the nightmare, pure horror floods Terra's veins like ice. That wasn't a nightmare, it's a vision of her future, a future where she's a slave to Slade's will and the evil she will do even in death. The monster of the ground feeds on this fear, growing larger, more powerful. It then starts becoming more like Terra in physical and mental. It whispers, "Give in. Become the weapon he wants you to be. Destroy the titans, make them suffer and beg under your feet." Terra tries to fight back, but the monster's hold is too strong. It twists her memories, warping her perception of right and wrong. She sees the titans, but they're not her friends, they're her enemies, obstacles in her path. They are judgmental and cruel voices in her mind, screaming and accusing her. "Judas, Judas, Judas." They yell, "You're a Judas." The monster whispers, "Destroy them before they destroy you." She says, "No, they are my friends then." The Slade zombie says, "Child, you never had any friends." The nightmare reaches its peak as the monster comes out of her mind, trapping her inside itself in a mental prison. The monster of the ground that resembles Terra stands gigantic, an evil giantess creature with a disturbing amusement in her eyes. Her eyes glow with an eerie yellow light, reflecting the monster's power. She laughs, a chilling sound that echoes through the destroyed landscape of Titan's Tower. The titans are scattered before her, tiny figures against her immense form. She sees them as toys and insects to break.
"Terra, please," he cries, his voice small and desperate. "It's me, Beast Boy. Don't you recognize me?"
But his words are lost in the roar of the monster's laughter. She picks him up, her hand dwarfing his tiny body. He squirms and kicks, but it's no use. Giant Terra feels a disturbing joy from Beast Boy's powerlessness.
"Terra, it's me! It's Beast Boy!" he screams, his voice filled with terror.
But the monster within her just laughs. She is a gigantic monster, created by Slade. The Slade zombie inside her mind says, Be a good little girl and kill him, Terra." She then smiled wickedly and squeezes her hand, taking disturbing delight in Beast Boy's suffering and screams. She can feel his bones crunching, hears his whimpers of pain. It made her feel so powerful, hurting and destroying the Titans. The Titans attack, their powers like fireflies against a raging storm of the towering Terra. But it's useless. Terra is unstoppable, a force of dark nature fueled by the monster's dark power. She smashes them aside, each blow echoing with the monster's delight, killing them instantly in a bloody smash. This is what the monster and Slade wanted, what it craved, what it was created for: destruction, chaos, despair, and pure evil and sadism. And Terra, helpless against its control, is the instrument of its will, trapped inside her own mind. She desperately tries to take control. Even as she destroys everything she holds dear, a part of Terra tries to survive. Deep down, buried beneath the monster's influence, she hears the cries of her friends as the horror repeats over and over. Their voices echo in her mind, pleading, begging her to stop as Beast Boy trapped is at giant Terra's mercy.
"Terra, please!" Robin's voice cries out, filled with pain and desperation.
"Don't do it! Don't do it! You're stronger than this," says Cyborg. "Terra, my friend, please remember who you are," says Starfire. "Terra, if you do this, it will be the last thing you do, and then the monster wins," says Raven. Their words are shards of light piercing the darkness, reminding her of who she is, who she wants to be. But the monster's grip is too strong, its influence suffocating. Their pleas become louder and louder by Terra's willpower until it does severe damage to the monster of the ground. The monster of the ground collapses to her knees, her giant form trembling as Terra begins to take control. But the monster of the ground's power, it's too great. It gives Terra psychological damage, damaging her mind and psyche, causing Terra pain, it being furious at her moment of trying to stop it and get back control. "Crush them! Destroy them all until they are gone off the face of the earth!" the Slade zombie yells and commands in a distorted growl. But Terra hesitates. The pleas of her friends, the memory of their smiles coming back, but then the Slade monster warps itself, becoming like a monstrous spider, demanding obedience, taking over Terra once more. The monster gets back up, stronger than ever, and kills Beast Boy as the Titans fade away forever. The Slade zombie says, "Yes, that's a good little Terra monster," as Terra's mind breaks completely.